Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Larry Gangster coming at you with another like react video or so. Today we're going to be talking about the extreme leaks that have been just like dumped every single day since this game's release. And as you guys can read in this post real quick, more than 25 characters have been leaked, going all the way up to patch 2.5 when we're only in patch 2 or 1.0, right? Now there are lists of these characters and it doesn't just stop as like, oh, you know, like a name or like a possible, you know, like haha speculation or something. It's all the way where people have their elements, their path, and then also like their kits that are out. Now again, this is in early development, and something that's just kind of being circulated around probably the huge team that Hoyo has, right? And then this is kind of being leaked as a like big security issue. And the community has kind of raised some questions about it, that it's just like it's not a huge problem, even though like over leaking characters, especially this deep down the line, can kind of be like numbing to newer players, right? Especially if you're looking at these leaks and then you're like having all these big YouTubers like react to every single one of these leaks that are coming out, and you go, oh well, cool, I don't get like surprised by characters that come out anymore, right? Like that kind of thing. Which, by the way, if you guys care about these leaks, I'll leave a link to the subreddit in the description. But also, if you guys don't care about the leaks, that's cool too, right? Because again, this is an early development. A lot of these things are planned to change, or they can change, and that includes stuff like the element, the path, and even their kits, right? Like all that stuff is very easily changed when it's not even like within the next year it's going to come out, right? Because these updates, it's more in the likelihood of the next 2 years over all the content that's going to come out, that these characters are going to be released, if they're going to be released in this time frame at all, or if it's even like a chronological thing, because we don't know at this point. We do know a rough like drop schedule for 1.1 to 1.3, which I've already covered. But again, this does raise a question of like security issues as a whole. Now, as far as that goes, there's nothing that shows that, you know, like a lot of account info has been released, or, you know, like financial data or active player data, stuff like that hasn't been like just mass dropped anywhere. But at the same time, that doesn't get circulated as heavy, right? So wherever these leaks are coming from, it is a problem, just in case they would circulate any kind of other either content or financial data, anything like that, right? Like, let's say they're opening up a new like branch division somewhere, right? Because the game is getting a lot of money, therefore they want to open up a new branch, so they gotta, you know, kind of flood out data somewhere. Then in that case, that just opens up for more leaks. So I do see them in the future like clamping down on this, probably internally, and they won't really talk about it, I don't think, on any of their major like media stuff. This is probably just going to be something that affects, you know, the back end of stuff rather than the front end. So again, these leaks are growing just about every day, right? Like they're coming more and more, and we have, you know, more than 25 characters now, and like I said, there's lists of these things with all of their kits, just rough kits. Okay, we'll say that. At the same time, again, if people care about them, that's cool. You know, you can kind of go in, plan out, you know, how you may or may not spend some characters, or spend some money for characters if you're going to do that. Or you can just be like, that's cool, they got leaked, I'll wait for the official announcement, which is probably what the 99% of the player base is going to do, right? Because at the end of the day, like I said, all of this stuff is kind of subject to change, and the character leaks aren't really a big deal. It's just if they affect anything later, which I don't think they will, because leaking characters I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, right? Like if it was something like financial data or account info or something, in that case, Hoyo would probably immediately shut that down, right? Just because of how much of a crisis that would make for the player base. But when it comes to like character leaks, it's kind of just free marketing at that point, right? Especially when you have, like I said, stuff like big YouTubers and stuff just like covering the leaks and then reacting to them and be like, oh cool, this character's coming out or something, and it's just free publicity at that point. So again, I will say, I don't think this whole like security breach thing, or if you could even call it that, is really that big of a deal, just because nothing serious has been done. It's just characters roughly in development, kind of circulating around, and people can get hyped for them, or they can just not care. Again, don't think it's going to really amount to much. If anything, it's going to be on the back end. So, I mean, what do you guys think about like all the character leaks? And especially since there's 25 like within the first 2 weeks of the game being out. So you can probably bet that there's going to be a couple more behind this as well, because it's being dropped every single day. But at the same time, this is all way in the future stuff, right? Because this is like there's enough characters to fill all the way to 2.5, which is, you know, speculated to be 2 years in advance. So if we are going to see these characters, you know, in a timely manner, it's definitely going to be a while before they actually get officially announced. So, you know, as fun as speculation is, again, all it does is kind of put more fluff to their trailers and stuff that they're going to come out. Just like Jing Lu, it was in the Jing Yuan trailer, right? Like, that was really cool, and I was like, oh, dope. I kind of hope we get her as a character, and she got leaked. But I don't know. I think it's fine to have like a smaller community, or like smaller piece of the community, just kind of care about leaks and then kind of like circulate them. That way it kind of builds some hype, just like I said, free marketing. And as long as it doesn't drop anything bigger, no one cares. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this stuff, and about if, you know, it should be more, or it should be taken more seriously, or if you think it's just like a hey, who cares, that's cool, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, peace.